All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome in. My name is Alexis Miller, and I'm going to be your yoga instructor today. So, welcome in to this Yoga for Pregnancy series. If you're just joining, it's nice to have you. And if you're back after our first couple of weeks, it's nice to see you again. So, this is for week 6. If you're 6 weeks along, awesome. We're still kind of in the new phases of pregnancy, and you may be feeling a little bit of morning sickness. So, this practice is designed to be just a little bit more gentle for those days you're not feeling very great, but you want to get some movement, get a little bit of blood flow going in the body, so you're not so stagnant and just feeling like, oh, so horrible. So, as we get into practice, just keep a couple things in mind. Really acknowledge where you are in your pregnancy. Even if you're not 6 weeks along, if you're more than that or less than that, that's totally fine. You can mix and match these practices as you'd like, but just make sure to keep in mind your boundaries. Notice where you're ready to extend into postures, where do you need to modify and come down to the mat, or perhaps find that center posture. Of course, we're supposed to be drinking a lot of water during pregnancy, so make sure that you're drinking and hydrating appropriately. I don't really cue that, so feel free to step off your mat, grab that drink, and then join us whenever you feel ready. And to any of the partners, supporters, or other family members who are along for the ride, welcome. It's so nice to have you here supporting the expecting mother. So, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Your legs can be crossed or straight out in front of you. You can be sitting down on your mat or on a prop like I am. I'm sitting on a yoga block on the lowest setting, on the lowest side here today. But if you have a bolster or something else you'd like to sit on, that works great too. And we're going to wiggle back and forth and root into our sits bones. And then we'll sit up nice and tall. Let's inhale as we draw our shoulders forward and up. And then exhale as we drop them back and down. Good. Inhale as the shoulders come forward and up. And then exhale as they drop back and down. Hands come into a comfortable position, whether on your knees, palms up or down, or in your lap. Now, if you'd like, we're going to start this practice with a nice little breathing practice to connect to baby. So you're also welcome to put a hand on your belly and a hand over your chest, over your heart. If you'd like, you're welcome to close the eyes. Otherwise, just find an unmoving point and soften your gaze here today. And let's begin this practice by taking a full breath in, breathing in love for baby. And breathing out baby's love for you. Inhale, breathing in happiness for baby. Exhale, breathing out baby's happiness for you. Inhale, breathing in strength for baby. Exhale, breathing out baby's strength for you. Inhale, breathing in resilience for baby. Exhale, breathing out baby's resilience for you. Inhale, breathing in awareness for baby. Exhale, breathing out baby's awareness for you. Inhale, breathing in calm for baby. Exhale, breathing out baby's calm for you. Inhale, breathing in love for baby. Exhale, breathing out baby's love for you. And taking a few more breaths now and breathing in whatever it is you would like to send to your baby and whatever you would like to have your baby reflect back to you. So inhaling that word, that intention, that feeling. And then exhale as that baby reflects it right back to you. Releasing your hands down if you'd like, or leaving them where you are or where they are. And taking a moment to set an intention for your practice today. This really can be anything at all, but it often answers the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale as you feel your intention with your heart and mind. And then exhale your breath out, setting your intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end of our practice. Lovely. Gently opening your eyes if they were closed. And we're actually going to come down onto our back again. If you're going through the pains of morning sickness, it's no fun to be up and moving around a lot, and that can make it feel a lot worse. So we're going to come down onto our back for a little bit of a slower practice here today. Keep in mind if you're at the phase where in your pregnancy where you shouldn't be on your back, this may not be the practice for you. However, you can always modify by doing some of these postures in a seated or even standing position. If you practiced yoga before, it'll be pretty clear what these postures are. So whenever you feel ready, let's go ahead and come down onto our backs here. And we're gonna just tuck the knees into the chest for the moment, give ourselves a little squeeze, maybe a rock from side to side. This is just a good little low back stretch or a low back massage. Sorry, it kind of starts to warm up the low spine, kind of get some of the stuff moving around there. Good. So let's come into stillness. Go ahead and drop the soles of your feet down to the mat, and then extend your feet out to the end and bring your arms up overhead. Do a full body stretch, reaching your fingers in one direction, reaching your toes in the opposite. Feel your back arch. Woo! Notice me yawn. These always make me yawn. So feel your back arch. Feel the shoulder blades press into the mat. Feel the glutes engage with the mat. Spread those fingers wide. Spread the toes wide. Nice full body stretch to get us started here. And then release that stretch, and you're going to step your feet over to the left corner of your mat here. So you're kind of like now at an angle to the bottom. And then you're going to step your hands over to the top left corner as well. So if I were to look down at you from above, you would look kind of like a banana. You're at a curve. And we're feeling this nice stretch through the right side of the body here. So it's a nice gentle pull. We're feeling kind of that crunching sensation on the left side. Taking a couple gentle breaths here. Good. And then inhale, we're going to bring our feet back into center, bring our arms back into center, and then go on to that opposite side. So go ahead and step the feet over to the right bottom corner of the mat, step the hands and the arms over to the top right corner of the mat. And again, it's like you're just a banana on the opposite side. Oh my gosh. Ah! Feel that yawn here. Feel that opening through the side body. This is very common when you do stretches like you would in bed. You yawn because your body's like, wow, are we going to sleep? Are we waking up? What's happening here? Taking a couple nice deep breaths. It's a very gentle way to stretch your body without kind of overwhelming the system here. Good. And then go ahead and bring those feet back into center. Bring your arms back into center. And we're going to tuck the knees into the chest here. We're not going to give them a squeeze, but allow your hands to come to your knees or your shins. And then on the exhale, allow your knees to stay stacked and fall over to the left side here. Bring your arms out to a T, gently press into that left elbow to keep the right shoulder firmly on the mat. So we're getting a nice twist through the spine. Your gaze can stay looking up toward the sky, or you can turn your gaze over to the left or to the right here, bringing that twist all the way up into the neck. Something that I love, kind of pressing that right ear toward the floor, deepening that neck stretch here feels really nice. Good. And then press into that elbow. Go ahead and bring your knees back into center and then allow the knees to fall over to the right, keeping them stacked here. So you're kind of tucked over onto your side now. And again, pressing now into your right elbow to keep that left shoulder blade down. Gaze can stay toward the ceiling, or you can turn your head over to the left this time. Again, bringing that twist into the neck, kind of pressing that left ear down toward the floor. We're not straining, we're not doing anything that's going to hurt the body here. So just keeping that in mind. Taking a nice deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Good breathing. All right, and when you're ready, pressing into that right elbow, go ahead and bring the knees up into the chest. Good. And then drop the soles of the feet down to the floor, heels are beneath the knees. We're going to bring our hands down to either side of our hips, and our gaze is going to stay toward the ceiling. So just follow the dulcet sounds of my voice here. And we're going to press into the heels, lift the hips coming into bridge. So we want our weight in our heels and in our shoulders. Exhale, let's go ahead and lower back down. So make any adjustments here. You want to be nice and firm in the feet, nice and strong in your shoulders. Inhale, press into your heels and lift. Notice where the weight is. And then exhale, let's go ahead and drop down. Make any final adjustments here. And this time, when we inhale and press into the heels, we're going to hold here. So we're kind of getting a back stretch here, that back bowing motion like we would in our cat cows. But we're pressing our hips toward the sky. We're squeezing our thighs toward the midline as if we're holding a block or a pillow there. Our gaze stays straight up toward the sky. We're rooting down through our heels here, really pressing into the heels more than the balls of the feet. Hands are on the mat here. Good. Glutes are engaged. We're feeling that squeezing motion in our glutes and here in our thighs. Ooh, feel the burn. Feels so good. Let's take a nice couple deep breaths here. Good. One more deep inhale. And then on the exhale, slowly lower the hips down one vertebrae at a time, allowing your hips to be the very last thing that comes to rest on the mat. So we're nice and gentle with our spine. Once they come to rest, take a nice full breath here. Let it go. Good. Now we're going to counter this posture by tucking those knees back into the chest. Wrap the arms or the hands around the legs or the knees. And then this time, tuck the forehead in toward the knees here. So you're bringing that curve all the way up into your neck here. So now we're mimicking cat, like we would see on our hands and knees, but instead we're on our back. We're curled into a nice little ball. You can gently rock from side to side if that feels good. Of course, it's an option. It's not a requirement. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. One more in. Exhale, come into stillness. Go ahead and release the soles of the feet and the head back down to the mat. Great work. All right, let's go ahead and start by extending our right leg straight out to the end of the mat. And then inhale, bring our left leg tall. Now, if you have a strap or a towel or an old tie, this is a great prop to use. I'm going to demonstrate without today, but I will walk you through it if you choose to use one of those props. So our left leg is extended up. We're kind of creating an L with our body, a right angle here. We're going to take our hands and either interlace them behind the thigh, behind the shin, or around the ball of the foot. Now, if you're using a strap or a prop, you can wrap it around kind of that arch of your foot and then hold the strap handles or whatever it is you're using kind of around your knee area. Okay. So let's take a nice deep inhale here, pressing that heel toward the sky. And then exhale as you gently draw your left leg toward your body. Now, it may not move very much, and that's okay. If you're like, oh, I can get all the way in, I want you to go ahead and straighten that leg almost as much as you can, very slight bend in the knee, and then pull that leg in. We want to get a nice deep stretch to the back of this leg here. So let's go ahead and take a couple deep breaths here. Continue to press that heel toward the sky. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Transferring your foot, your leg, or the straps into your left hand on the next exhale. Allow your leg to fall open to the left, kind of like you're in a reclined Y here, as if you're making the letter Y with your body. So allow that leg to lower down. Now, if it does not get as low as mine does, you can always use props like a block or a bolster or a pillow to put beneath the leg to help ease that descent down to the floor. We're feeling a nice deep stretch to the inside of that left leg. This right arm, you can have a hand resting on the belly. You could have it extended out to the right, a little counterweight here. Options, not requirements. Your gaze is looking up toward the ceiling. We're pressing that heel on the left side gently away. Good. We're keeping the heel of the back side of the heel, or that outside, I guess, of the heel on the right leg, kind of engaged on the mat here. You don't have to flex your foot hard, but we do want those toes pointing toward the ceiling. Good. Let's take a nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. Wonderful. And then inhale, go ahead, bring that leg back into center. Switch hands. So maybe the hand is around the foot, maybe it's somewhere on the leg, or maybe you're just switching straps here. Left arm out. And then exhale, allow that left leg to come over the body. Use the right elbow to help soften the descent and allow that leg to reach down toward the floor. Good. Now, coming into this position, we're now doing the opposite of what we just did, and we're diving into our IT band on that left side. Oh my gosh, this feels so, so good. So good and so bad at the same time. It's a deep stretch. It's very intense, especially if you're tight through your legs. This is a great one if you've been experiencing a lot of sciatica, and it gets right into the low back where so many of us experience discomfort and pain during pregnancy. Left arm is extended out. That left leg is as straight as we can get it without locking out the joints. And now that right leg is kind of gently folded over to the right. We're trying to keep our shoulder blades square on the mat. So we're also getting a nice, lovely stretch through a nice, lovely twist through our spine here. Goodness, pregnancy brain is a real thing. Let's take a nice deep breath. Good. On the next inhale, go ahead, press yourself back up into center with that left leg and lower it down to the mat. Good. Woo, we're feeling that stretch to the front side of the hip. Am I right? Now let's go ahead and do it on the opposite side. So inhale, lift that right leg up this time. And again, hands can interlace behind the thigh, the shin, or the foot. If you have your prop, go ahead and bring it around the arch of your foot here. We'll take a nice deep inhale here. And then on the next exhale, go ahead and pull that leg toward the body. Ooh, feeling that stretch. It may not move very far depending on how tight you are. That is okay. Again, pressing that heel up toward the sky, not locking out the joint, but we do want to get that leg pretty darn straight here. Again, that's going to help us get that nice deep stretch through the back of the leg. Good. Let's take a couple more deep breaths. Excellent. Transfer that right foot, leg, or the straps into the right hand. And then on the next exhale, allow that right leg to fall over to the right, opening yourself up into this reclined letter Y. Good. So now that leg is nice and open, using a prop for support if you're kind of struggling with that leg coming down toward the floor. Keeping that left leg gently flexed, left arm can be out to a T. It can rest on your belly if you'd like. And boy, we are feeling that stretch to the inside of the right leg. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. Excellent. Inhale brings you back into center. Let's switch hands. So that left hand comes to the foot, your leg, or to those straps. You transfer it over. And then on the exhale, allow that right leg to fall over to the left here, using that left elbow to support the descent. Again, using props like a block or a pillow to help support that if you need it, if that feels right for you. And now we're feeling that deep stretch to the outside of the right leg. Oh my goodness. And it's coming all the way out and around the hip and up to the low back. Try to keep your shoulder blades flat onto the mat, gaze looking up toward the sky. So we're getting that nice twist through the spine. And then again, your left leg has gently just folded over onto the floor, onto the mat here. Ooh, feeling that nice pull here. Take a nice deep breath. Good. One more breath here. Excellent. Inhale. Let's go ahead and come back into center and then go ahead and drop that leg down. Oh my gosh. Notice that feeling in the front of the hips once again, maybe feeling in the low back as well. When you're ready, let's go ahead and bring those soles of the feet back to the floor. Our knees are in little mountains. And we're going to start by taking that left leg and crossing the ankle over the knee, creating a figure four. We're then going to take our left hand and gently press that left knee away, trying to flatten out that four that we're seeing right in front of us here. Okay. Now, you are welcome to stay here, and this is a great option if you do not have a lot of flexibility. Even though I do, I'm feeling a stretch in my hip. Option is to lift this right leg and create a nice 90-degree angle with your right leg. Continue to press that left knee away. Now, notice the tendency to lean over to the left and see if you can get that right knee pointing straight toward the sky. Keep that weight even across that sacrum, across that top of the low back here. Another option, if you want an even deeper stretch, take your hands, interlace the fingers behind your thigh, gently pull your legs toward you using your left elbow to press that knee away. Yeah, woo, we are feeling that stretch here. Shoulders are shrugged down. Again, notice the tendency to lean over to the left and instead keep that knee on the right side tracking straight up and down. Breathing. If you need an even deeper stretch, you're welcome to extend that right leg slowly toward the sky. Options, not requirements. Notice where the body wants to go, and then stop right at that edge where you're feeling that good stretch pain, not the pain that's going to take you to the hospital, right? We don't need to be going there any earlier than we're ready to deliver if you're delivering in a hospital. So take a nice deep inhale, nice deep exhale. Inhale. Exhale, let's go ahead and drop that sole of the foot down to the floor, uncross the feet here, and then go ahead and windshield wipe those knees back and forth, releasing the hips and the glutes, the low spine. And then let's come on to the opposite side. So go ahead, pick up that right foot, cross it over the left knee, and then use that right hand to press the right knee away. Again, you can stay here, great option. Other option, lift that left leg, creating that 90-degree angle with the left leg, continue to press the right knee away. Hands can interlace behind the thigh. Use the right elbow to press the right knee away as you draw the legs in toward the body in this reclined pigeon. Ooh, I am feeling this one. Again, check in with that left knee. Are you tracking over to the side? If you are, so you can get that knee pointing toward the sky here. You want it perpendicular with the floor. And then final option is to slowly extend that left leg toward the sky. This is really going to deepen the stretch. It's an option. It is not a requirement. Notice where your body is at today. What feels good? What does not feel good for you? Taking a couple breaths. Nice deep inhale. And then exhale, go ahead, drop that left foot to the floor, uncross the legs, windshield wipe those knees back and forth, releasing the hips, the glutes, the low back. Ooh, feels so good. And then final one, we're getting right deep into the hips. Tuck the knees into the chest. Let's spread those knees wide. Arms come to the inside of the knees. Hands come to your shins, your ankles, or your feet. And then inhale, lift those feet up toward the sky, coming into happy baby. So feet are roughly parallel with the top of the room. Knees are roughly 90-degree angles. It doesn't have to be perfect, just gives you a sense of where we're headed here today. Allow the legs to remain passive as the arms draw those knees down toward the floor, opening up that groin area, opening up the hips. You can rock from side to side if that feels good, but please stay in stillness if that feels better. Taking a couple deep breaths here. Good, nice deep inhale. Exhale, let's go ahead and drop those soles of the feet down to the floor. One more last windshield wipe motion back and forth here just to release our body, get a little bit of movement in. Good. And then when you feel ready, coming into stillness here, preparing for final relaxation, we have a couple options. You can stay right where you are. This is a great option. You can allow your knees to follow open wide, soles of the feet coming together for reclined bound angle. This is a great little hip opener and hip stretch as well. You can extend one leg or the other for fallen tree, or you can extend both legs for finer relaxation. If it's more comfortable, you are welcome to lay on your side, finding a position for your arms wherever you are that feels most comfortable, or you can return to a seated position for this final part of our practice. So notice what your body wants, what it's calling for. This is your part of practice. So take a few moments to settle into that place, into that movement. And when you feel ready, start to tune into your breath. Begin to notice how fast or slow it is, how deep or shallow. Notice the quality of each breath on your inhales, quality of each breath on your exhales. Notice the gentle rise and fall of the belly, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. And if your mind starts to wander off on a thinking adventure, that's okay. The moment you've noticed you've gone away, celebrate that you noticed and then come back to your breath. Just keep coming back to focusing on the inhales and exhales. If it's helpful, perhaps incorporating a mantra to help you stay grounded and focused right on this present moment. Inhale, I am. Exhale, healthy. Inhale, I am. Exhale, healthy. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments today. I'm going to get quiet for this final part of practice so you can have it to yourself. Please know I'm watching the time and I respect yours, and I will be sure to let you out of this posture before the end of practice. So lean back, let go, and just rest right here with your baby. There are moments in our daily life when we feel miserable, empty, and cold, and it seems like everything is going wrong. The best thing to do at such times is to go back to yourself, to your island within, to your hermitage, close the windows and doors, light a lamp, and make a fire. Bringing your awareness back to this space, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air, before slowly exhaling that breath back out. Taking another deep inhale as you begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, move your arms and legs, gently waking your body up. When it feels right for you, rolling onto one side, pausing there with arm or hand beneath the head. It's here that I invite you to bring back to mind your intention or purpose that you set at the beginning of your practice. I answered the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a deep inhale as you feel that intention with your heart and mind. And then exhale that breath out as you set the intention in your heart and get ready for the rest of your day and week. On the next inhale, bringing yourself back on up into a seated position as we close out our practice together today. Coming into that comfortable seat, grounding down into your sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, the shoulders come forward and up. Exhale, they drop back and down. Hands come into a comfortable position, whether on the knees, up or down, in the lap, or at heart center. Close your eyes if you'd like. Taking a moment to express gratitude for yet another lovely day here on earth and for our bodies that allow us to do so many things, including growing a tiny human and yoga. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. It was a joy and an honor, and I hope to be able to do so again in the future. The light in me, it sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this Yoga for Pregnancy class for week 6. No matter where you are in your pregnancy journey, I hope that you are feeling happy and healthy amidst everything else that's going on. So if you enjoyed this practice, please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, Wild Blue Yonder Media. If you know another pregnant mother out there who might enjoy getting into her own body and stretching out on her journey, please do share this practice with her. That's how other people learn about me. And in the midst of doing all this, taking care of your mind is also super important. So wherever you listen to podcasts, look for Wild Blue Yonder Meditations. And there you can find a whole series of mindfulness practices, breathing practices, meditations, and pregnancy related practices that I created, including one that's very similar to the one that we did at the very beginning that's meant to help you connect with your baby. So thank you so much for being here, and to all the supporters who are here with your pregnant person. It's so great to practice with you. I hope to see you in a future practice. Have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.